Thank you for joining me. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show for PlayStation 4. It is a 162 game regular season with the actors of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's kick it off. We are approaching the All-Star break. It's game number 86 out of 162. Let's advance. Just for information's sake, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And I do play-by-play. First, like always, top Marvel clips. Thank you for joining me. You know this is Avengers Baseball. You know the drill. So live here at Citizens Bank Ballpark, the Hollywood Avengers visit the Philadelphia Phillies. On the mound for the Phillies is Jack Morris, making his 18th start of the season. His record is 8-4 with a 3.75 earned run average. Jack Morris, if he's not a Hall of Famer, he deserves to be. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 318, 12 homers, 48 RBIs, 13-game hitting streak. He plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here comes first pitch of the ball game. And that's a line drive into the glove of the second baseman, Ben Zobrist, for out number one. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland's at second. The catcher is Chris Evans. The designated hitter is Mark Ruffalo. First base is Robert Downey Jr. Chadwick Boseman is at third. Dave Bautista's in right. Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier's in left. And batting ninth and playing center field is Don Cheadle. Tom Holland, hitting .368 with 12 homers. Steps up to the plate. Fastball outside, ball one. Phillies are 3 games over 500. That's good for second place in the National League East. It's Willie Stargell at first base and Ted Williams in left field. So Holland plays Spider-Man in the MCU. And he hits a line drive over the head of the second baseman. It's the first hit of the ball game. 1-out single for Spider-Man. And the Avengers have their first base runner. Went 0 for 4 yesterday. Next up is Chris Evans hitting .306. He is the original Captain America. Here comes the pitch from Morris. Fastball is high, ball one. Evans plays Steve Rogers in the MCU. Holland leads off first. Quick throw to first, keep him close. I love the idea of Avengers Baseball. I liked the stream. Thank you, Top Marvel Clips. Much appreciated as always. Thank you for your support. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Checks his swing, fastball's high. Count is 2-0. So again, runner is off first here in the top of the first inning. No score. Ball game just started. And he's late on it, but it may find its way into the left field corner. And it dives and it gets past him and rolls to the wall. It's a double. And there he's going to go for the plate. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. It is a triple and an RBI. He can do this all day. It's the second triple of the season for Chris Evans. He's late on the fastball, slices it down the left field line, and he gets into third. There was a question as to whether or not it would be out at the plate. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, 339, 19 homers, 71 runs batted in. Runner at third, 1 away. Grounder deep in the hole at short. Jump throw to first is in time. What a great play. However, the runner at third scores, so it's an RBI ground out for the Hulk. That's his 72nd RBI of the season. Almost an amazing out from the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. Long throw. But of course it's enough to score the run, so the MCU now leads 2-0 here in the top of the first. So with 2 outs, base is empty. Robert Downey Jr. steps up, .275, 10 homers, 43 runs batted in. Mr. John Walker, you are indeed back. Thank you for joining the stream. Fastball is low, ball one. Presently, it is a 2-0 lead for the MCU in this second game of a 3-game series between the the Philadelphia Phillies and the Hollywood Avengers. Jams them inside into short left field, over the shoulder catch from Elvis Andrus to retire the side. So after half inning, the Avengers get on the board with 2 runs here in the top of the first. It's Hollywood Avengers 2, the Philadelphia Phillies coming to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. On the mound for the Avengers, Thor Odin's son, also known as Chris Hemsworth, the ace of the staff. He's 13-3 with a 2.50 earned run average. His 13 wins lead the National League. So does his 2.5 ERA. So he's done well for himself. Leading off for the Phillies, Eric Davis, the center fielder, 349, 23 homers, 58 RBIs. He even has 21 stolen bases. First pitch from Hemsworth. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. The Avengers are 56-29. That's good for first place in the National League West. That's Spider-Man at second base and War Machine Tom Cheadle in center field. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Davis. Swing and a miss, and the slider out in front. First strike out of the ball game. First out of the ball game for Chris Hemsworth. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? It was. He was just out in front. Nasty breaking ball. So next up is Ahmed Rosario. Pardon me, I thought it was Elvis Andrews at short, but apparently it's Ahmed Rosario hitting .292, 8 homers, 35 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike one. He's filthy today. 97 miles an hour on the radar gun for strike one. Slider low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive caught by Tom Holland at second, 2 away. Starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies, Eric Davis is in center, Ahmed Rosario is at short, Ted Williams in left, Willie Stargell's at first, Chris Bryant's at third, DH is Tommy Lastrella, Ben Zobrist is at second, Michael Conforto is in right, and batting ninth, playing catcher Gary Sanchez. Ted Williams, 342, a league-high 34 homers, 78 RBIs. Candidate for Triple Crown honors, Ted Williams hits a line drive to right, but caught by Drax the Destroyer. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Thor Odin's son. At the end of 1, the Avengers lead 2-0. So something seems to be wrong with the microphone. We apologize, Heidi Watney. We're going to have to cut away. Leading off the top of the second, Chadwick Boseman, 346, 10 homers, 40 RBIs. Chadwick plays Black Panther, or played Black Panther, pardon me. Forkball inside, ball 1. We lost Chadwick to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace. Ground ball knocked down by Chris Bryant, throws from his knees, gets him out. Nice play for the first out here in the top of the second. What a great play by the third baseman, Chris Bryant. Let's look at this. Sliding catch from his knees, strong throw. So 1 away, up steps Dave Bautista, 318, 10 homers, 42 RBIs. Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Slices it down the right field line, out of play for strike 1. Low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Jack Morris, pitcher from the 1980s. Again, late on the slider, count is 1-2. World Series champion for the Detroit Tigers in the 1980s. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. High fastball, there's 2 away. He just overpowered him. Here's the replay.
The left fielder, number 16.
So the Phillies won game 1 of this 3-game set, 5-4. Up next is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, hitting .269. Late on the fastball, strike 1. He has 4 homers and 14 RBIs, part-time player. Pitch is low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Needless to say, 4 homers is not first on the Avengers. The Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. It's a line drive to center, and it hangs up there off his glove. He's going to go to second. To throw to second is in time. Bad base running decision. So nice recovery by Eric Davis to make the throw to second to retire the side. 1.5 innings of play. The Hollywood Avengers lead 2-0. This is Avengers Baseball. Bottom of the second, up steps Willie Stargell, 291, 24 homers, 66 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch. Checks his swing. Two-seam fastball is low, ball one. Stargell is 1 homer away from magic number 500 in his major league career. Fouls off the sinking fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks the swing, pitches high, 2-1. And jams him inside with the breaking ball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Stargell. Just misses off the plate. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Third baseman Chris Bryant is on deck. Fouls it off to stay alive. The count will remain full. Fouls it upstairs. And we'll do it again. And again, he fouls off the pitch. Battle between Hemsworth and Stargell. And he misses, ball 4. And he walks the leadoff man here in the bottom of the second. Next up, Chris Bryant. He's hitting .301 on the season. Runner leads off first, nobody out. Fouls it off, strike 1. Chris Bryant, I believe, plays for the Chicago Cubs, if I'm not mistaken. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. World Series champion. And he reaches out, pokes it to right. Lazy fly ball for Drax. He makes the catch, 1 away. No advance on the bases. Defensive lineman for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. You have Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with Chris Evans behind home plate. So 1 out. Up next is the DH Tommy Lastrella. 285, 10 homers, 42 RBIs. Fastball low, ball 1. Fouls off the sinking fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Avengers looking to even this series at 1 apiece. Ground ball cued up the first third baseline, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Pop up, short left center field. There is Mackie. The shortstop makes the catch for out number 2. Chris Hemsworth in his last start pitched a perfect game. That's game number 81 if you'd like to go back and check it out. Up next is Ben Zobrist, 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Perfect game is no longer an issue in this juncture. And neither is the no-hitter as Zobrist singles to center. It is a 2-out single for Ben Zobrist. Runners at first and second for the Philadelphia Phillies. Michael Conforto, 218, 10 homers, 32 RBIs. And he pulls the 2-seam fastball foul for strike 1. Jams him, fouls it back, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Conforto plays for the New York Mets in real life. Runner at first and second. Fouls it back. Count remains 0-2 on Conforto. Again, he fouls it back. Hemsworth's thrown a lot of pitches this inning. Fouls it off. 97 on the radar gun. Misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 23 pitches in this inning for Thor Odinson. Swing and a miss. He struck him outside, retired. So the shutout is still intact after 2 innings of baseball. MCU leads 2-0. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps center fielder Don Cheadle, hitting .309 on the season. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Jack Morris. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. Fouls off the high fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Outside, 2-1, starting with Iron Man 2. He's not the original James Rhodes, but he's the first War Machine. Jams him, pops it up. On the outfield grass is Rosario, makes the catch, 1 away. Next up, the lineup turns over for Anthony Mackie, who lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1, hitting .317 on the season. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, strike 1. Mackey's 2 for 5 yesterday. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, bases empty. 2-0 lead for the Avengers here in the third. 2-hopper to the shortstop, throws to first in time, 2 away. Next up, Tom Holland. Spider-Man singled and scored a run in his first at-bat. Bases empty, 2 away. Morris steals. Swings at the pitch and pops it up. It's an easy inning for Morris. And Zobrist makes the catch to retire the side. So, 2.5 complete here at Citizens Bank Park. The Hollywood Avengers lead 2-0. And again, we tried to go to Heidi Watney, but something's wrong with her microphone, so we're going to cut away and go to the bottom of the third as Gary Sanchez steps up to the plate, hitting .227, 5 homers, 12 RBIs. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Now that's strike 1. Sinking fastball out in front. Quickly, he is down 0-2. Strike 3 called. Split finger fastball finds the outside corner. And that's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Chris Hemsworth. National League West division standings, the Hollywood Avengers have a full 1-game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers. 2-game lead in the loss column. Next up, Eric Davis struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. In there at the knees, strike 1. Hemsworth leads the ball club and the National League in wins with 13. Strike 2. Giving him a lot of that outside corner, the home plate umpire is. Count is 0-2. Late on the fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Eric Davis played for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1990s. Not a Hall of Famer, but an All-Star. Grounders at first. Backhanded. He takes it himself. Oh, it's a lot closer than he probably anticipated. That's the 2nd out. Wins leaders in the National League. He is tied with Cy Young for the league lead with 13. Chris Pratt, his teammate, has 11. And his brother Loki, Tom Hiddleston, has 10. Next up, 2 outs, bases empty. Ahmed Rosario lined out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Fastball low, ball 1. Rosario has a modest 5-game hit streak. And that's a drive towards the left center field gap. Racing over is the Winter Soldier. Stan makes the catch and retires the side. So, 3 innings of baseball. The Avengers lead 2-0. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. So we go to the top of the 4th. Chris Evans steps up to the plate. He had an RBI triple in his first at-bat. Fastball high and outside, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Grounder to shortstop. Rosario busy today, throws to first. In time, 1 away. Next up, Mark Ruffalo. Almost had an infield single, ended up being an RBI groundout in the first. Pitches inside, ball 1. Mark has 19 homers and 72 runs batted in to lead the ball club. That's a ground ball headed towards up. Oh, nice diving catch. Throws from his seat. In time, gorgeous play from Ahmed Rosario, who's it's a clinic over there at shortstop. We need to see this replay. So, gives up the uniform, rolls over, and from a seated position throws a strike. And there's 2 away. Next up, Tony Stark. Popped out in the first. He is Iron Man. 2-0 lead for the MCU here in the top of the 4th. And he hits it high and deep, but it will curl out of play for strike 1. Hard ground ball backhanded by Zobrist. Throws to first, and the side is retired. So after 3.5 innings of play here at Citizens Bank Park, the Avengers lead 2-0. I'm going to drink me some coffee. Leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies, Ted Williams, the splendid splinter, here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 2-0. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. He leads the National League with 34 home runs, and we're not even at the All-Star break yet. He is a candidate to break the all-time single-season record, but not today, as he skies it to center. There is Don Cheadle, makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Willie Stargell, who walked in the 2nd inning, no official at-bat. 1 out, bases empty, 2-0 MCU. Fastball in there, strike 1. So Stargell has 12 runs batted in his last 9 games, so he has been a run producer at the plate in the last week or so. Slider inside corner, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder up the middle, fielded by Holland, throws to first, and there are 2 away. Nice play by Spider-Man.
Now batting, the third baseman.
2 away, up steps Chris Bryant, flew out in the 2nd, he's 0 for 1. Fastball inside, no call to strike by the home plate umpire, count is 0-1. 6 for his last 14, that's a .429 clip for Bryant. Outside corner, sinking fastball, count is 0-2. Drive to right center field, racing back is Batista. Over the shoulder running catch, nice play to retire the side. Nothing goes over his head, he'll catch it at the end of 4. The Avengers lead 2-0. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 5th. Chadwick Boseman steps up to the plate. 0 for 1. High fastball, ball 1. Chadwick is 8 for his last 11. He is on fire. Fouls back the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Went too far, according to the home plate umpire. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inside 2-2. Jack Morris. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Inside. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Drax is on deck. Leading off here in the top of the 5th. Payoff pitch. Off of the end of the bat, racing in is the center fielder Eric Davis. He will make the catch for the first out. Nice play. Covered a lot of territory. So it's 2-0 MCU here in the top of the 5th. With 1 out, up steps Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, who struck out in the 2nd. He's also a former professional WWE wrestler. Pitch from Morris is outside, ball 1. Over his last 10 games, Dave Bautista hitting over 400. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Welcome to the stream. I am RC Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Fouled it off. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining. Fouled it upstairs behind home plate. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. High. Full count. On deck is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. Here comes the full count pitch from Jack Morris. Fouls it off, stays alive. Count will remain 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. There are 2 away. Second strikeout of the game for Jack Morris. He asks the umpire, was it high? Umpire nods yes.
Number 16.
So 2 away, bases empty. Up steps Sebastian Stan, who singled in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 1. Out in front of the slider, strike 1. Checks his swing, fastball outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a drive to center, but playable for Eric Davis, who retires the side. 1-2-3 inning for Jack Morris. 4.5 complete here at Citizens Bank Park. It's the Avengers 2, the Phillies nothing. All right, so we're going to try for our 3rd time to go to Heidi Watney, and still the microphone does not work. We apologize, Heidi. We'll send a technician down there to check that out. But in the meantime, here in the bottom of the 5th, up steps the DH, Tommy Lestrella. In this created franchise in the National League, we use the designated hitter. Purists, I apologize. Fouls it off late on the fastball for strike 1. Mistake on my part. When I get the next version of this game, and it will be soon, and I recreate the Avengers. Swing and a miss. No, checks his swing. Pitches low. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. When I remake the Hollywood Avengers, I will allow position play for pitchers to hit so that Thor, Odin's son, line drives, base hit, leadoff man is on for the Phillies. Tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So that way, Hemsworth can swing the bat. 4 innings plus 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Now this is on the tail end of a no-hitter and perfect game in his last outing. He's 13-3 on the season. So next up, Ben Zobrist, 1 for 1 with a single. If you're curious to see that perfect game and no-hitter, it's game number 81 on the season. Oh, that's a line drive, gets a late start. It's in there. It's runners at 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Just a bloop the other way for Zobrist. And the Phillies are threatening here in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Conforto struck out in the 2nd. He is 0 for 1. Tying runs are on base. Swing and a miss. 2-seam fastball. Strike 1. Line drive, foul. Pulled it down the first base line. Counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Misses low with the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the outside fastball. Fouls it off. Again, runners at first and second. Nobody out. It's a 2-0 lead for the MCU, but both of those tying runs are on base. Check the swing. Sinker is low. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside with the fastball. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. 1 more ball and the bases will be loaded. Here comes the pitch from Thor Odinson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And there's 1 away. That's strikeout number 4 for Thor. Here's the replay. Terrible angle on the replay. Up next, Gary Sanchez, the number 9 hitter. It's catcher. Gary plays for the New York Yankees. He struck out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. High but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Gary can't believe it. Neither can I. Fouls off the sinker low. Count is already 0-2. Gary's hitting only $116 with runners in scoring position this season. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count remains 0-2. So it's a 2-0 lead for the Avengers. They lost the first game of the series 5-4. They're looking to tie the series at 1 game apiece. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. There's 2 away. So, strikeout number 5 for Hemsworth. First 2 base runners get on. First and second, nobody out. Chris Hemsworth proceeds to strike out the next 2 batters. Now he has to face the leadoff man, Eric Davis, who's 0 for 2, but a dangerous hitter. Lines it down the right field line, racing over. It is a foul ball. That was almost a 2-run double and a tie ball game, but nevertheless, the count is 0-1. Misses inside with the 2-seamer. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder up the middle. Long throw for Spider-Man in time. Side retired, so they get out of the jam. First 2 runners will get on for the Phillies, and they do not score. At the end of 5, it's an official ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Avengers lead 2-0. Oh, yeah. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Don Cheadle, War Machine, who popped out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. Jack Morris is pitching a good game. He gave up 2 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Pitches outside, ball 1, and then shut him down ever since. So, but so far it's 2-0. Grounder up the middle, spears it. Morris throws to first, in time, 1 away. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Sam Wilson steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Jack Morris. Jams him, but there's a chance it might dunk in there for a hit, and it will. It is he's going for second. Dumb decision. Look at this. Dumb decision. Too aggressive on the base pass, and he does a single and thrown out trying to take second. There's 2 outs, and the bases are empty. Next up, Tommy Holland, 1 for 2 with a single. Breaking ball low, inside, ball 1. He's hitting .369 to lead the ball club. Grounder up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single for Spider-Man, his 2nd hit of the ball game. And they'd be in a lot better situation. Hits leaders for the Avengers. Tom Holland leads all the players. Entering play, he had 119, so he should be at 121 hits on the season. Next up, Chris Evans, 1 for 2 with an RBI triple. Big lead at first. Throw to first, keep him close. Spider-Man can steal the occasional base. Low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Chris Evans, the original Captain America. Again, throw to first. He's back. About a week and a half in the game calendar. The All-Star game. Looking forward to that. Again, throw to first. Morris is aware of the fact that if Holland steals, he'll be in scoring position where a single can add another insurance run. So it's important that he keeps an eye on him at first. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Evans is in the top 3 in vote getters for catcher in the National League for the All-Star game. Here comes the pitch from Morris. He's going, pulls it, grounds it foul. He'll have to go back to first base. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Evans. Again, Holland leads off first. 2 outs, 2-0 lead for the MCU. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out and retires the side. 5.5 complete. Pitcher's duel. MCU leads 2-0. This is Avengers Baseball. Welcome to the stream. It's the bottom of the 6th. Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop for the Phillies, is 0 for 2. Hemsworth out there for his 6th inning of work. Fastball's low, ball 1. And that's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap. Big turn at first, but he will hold him to a single. It is a leadoff single for Rosario. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Phillies. Next up is Ted Williams. He has the power to tie this ball game. He leads the major leagues with 34 homers as we approach the All-Star break. Checks his swing, but it's in there at the knees for strike 1. Power versus power. Ted Williams versus Thor Odinson. Fouls it back. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. And he pops it up. Third baseline, foul ball. Count remains 0-2. A lot of speed at first base. In fact, let's throw one over there to keep them close. So once a game, I like to show off the difficulty setting. So I'm going to do it now. Options, gameplay. Hitting difficulty is at All-Star. And the pitching difficulty is at All-Star. Again, just for accountability's sake, I like to show off, not show off, but show what the difficulty setting is. Pulls it foul. Count still remains 1-2 on Ted Williams. Ted Williams is the last man in Major League Baseball to hit 400 over a Major League season. I think it was 1946 or 41, or I don't know. Misses inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I know he hit 406. He might have hit it before World War II, probably 1941. Or maybe it was 1946. I don't remember. Slider inside, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. And he hits the fly ball, deep but playable for the Winter Soldier in left. He makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Willie Stargell, 2 for 5 in the series so far. 0 for 1 today. He did walk in today's ball game. Walked in the second. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball. 97 on the radar gun. Strike 1. He's still looking for home run number 500. Home run number 500 right here would tie this ball game at 2. Just misses off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider low, 2-1. He's going. Throw down to second is in time. He throws him out. And there's 2 away. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. Laser beam thrown to second by Chris Evans. Yep, puts the tag in there. Great throw by Steve Rogers behind the plate. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes the pitch. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Could have been low. I'm sure Stargell doesn't like it. Nonetheless, the side is retired. 6 shutout innings for Thor Odinson. At the end of 6, the MCU leads 2 0. This is Avengers baseball. Mark Ruffalo, 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI groundout today.
The designated hitter.
Steps up to the plate. Here to lead off the top of the 7th. And he pops it up behind home plate out of the crouch. Makes the catch on the third base line. First, 1 pitch, 1 away.
The batter, number
Next
12.
up, Robert Downey Jr., 0 for 2, left-handed hitter. He is Iron Man. Fastball outside, ball 1. 2 pitchers warming in the Phillies bullpen, Paul Sewald and Oliver Perez. Righty and lefty getting loose. Here comes the pitch from Morris. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So 1 out, top of the 7th, 2-0 lead for the MCU. Late on the fastball, 2-1. Phillies won yesterday's game, the first game of the series, 5-4. So the Avengers are trying to even this series at 1 game apiece.
That's ball 3.
Ball 3 could have been called strike 3.
1 strike.
Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike on Downey Jr. And he walks him.
Ball 4.
So it's a 1-out walk for Iron Man here in the top of the 7th.
Number 20.
Next up, Chadwick Boseman. He's hitting .344, but he's 0 for 2 today. Robert leads off first. Out in front of the slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jack Morris was unlucky in the first inning. It was a triple down the left field line, which could have been caught. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Could have been caught off the end of the bat from Chris Evans, and then an RBI ground out is the only runs on the scoreboard. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Checked the swing, did not swing. Okay, runner leads off first, 1 away. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. It's a 2-run home run from Chadwick Boseman, his 11th of the season. Wakanda forever, baby. And this ball game is now 4-0. Avengers lead. Black Panther. Here's the replay. Boom! Deep drive down the left field line. 375 projected. Almost hit that foul pole. Left field foul pole, but not quite. And the manager of the Phillies has seen enough. He makes the call for the right-hander. 7+ innings from Jack Morris, 4 earned runs. And in relief is Oliver Perez. No, check that. Tanner Roark, who pitched yesterday. So Tanner Roark's going to pitch 2 days in a row. He's 3-0 with a 4.67 earned run average. Converted starter. Next up is Dave Bautista. He plays Drax the Destroyer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 2-seam fastball is low, ball 1. Drax has struck out twice today. Line drive. Oh, caught. Nice catch by Ben Zobrist for out number 2. Leaping grab at second. See the replay. Nice angle. Get some hang time. So 2 outs and up steps the Winter Soldier. 1 for 2 with a single today. Hitting .275 on the season. Grounder to short. Routine play from Rosario. And the side is retired. So they get 2 more runs on the 2-run home run by Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. The Avengers lead 4-0. This is Avengers baseball. Take me out to the ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Up steps Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant's 0 for 2. His average is dipped below the 300 mark to 299. Hemsworth has a chance with the perfect game, pitches the low, ball 1, with the perfect game in his last outing. and pitching 7 shutout innings. He's got a chance for 2 complete game shutouts in a row. I don't know how often that happens. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Let me not count my chickens before they hatch. This may be his trouble inning. Slurve in there, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the Avengers are 56-29 on the season. We are approaching the All-Star break. Fouls off the inside pitch. 2-seam fastball. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hemsworth is going for win number 14 on the season. Strike 3 called. Splitter found the bottom of the zone. Strikeout number 7 for Hemsworth. League leaders in shutouts. As you can see, Chris Hemsworth is going for shutout number 6. He's blowing away the competition. No one even close. Next up, Tommy LaStella. 1 for 2 with a single in the 5th inning. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Strike at the knees. Fouls off the sinking fastball. Count is 0-2. Pitch count is a bit high. It's the only thing he has working against him. Hard ground ball scooped. Takes it himself. 2 away. Nice play. Vacuum cleaner over there. ERA leaders entering play. Chris Hemsworth leads the league with a 2.50 earned run average. And considering he's pitching 7 shutout innings, that number will continue to decrease. 2 outs, bases empty. Penn Zobrist is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's obviously seeing the ball well. Inside corner, strike 1.
0-1.
Fouls off the split finger fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And again, when you get ahead of hitters, 0-2, that is a recipe for success. Grounder to second. Fielded by Holland. He throws to first, and the side is retired. 7 shutout innings for Chris Hemsworth. The Avengers lead 4-0. So we go to the top of the 8th. Don Cheadle's 0 for 2 today. It's a rainy, miserable evening for baseball. Change up outside, ball 1. 41,031 people here at Citizen Bank Ballpark. Grounder up the middle. Dives from his knee, not in time. Nice attempt by Ben Zobrist at second base, but too much speed coming up the line from War Machine, and it's an infield single for Don Cheadle. And this is him motoring it down the line. And he's got the foot on the bag before the ball ends up in the glove. So runner at first, up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Big lead at first. Slider paints the outside corner for strike 1. Anthony Mackie's hitting .319 on the season. It's going. Outside, throw down is not in line. That's a stolen base for War Machine. James Rhodes puts himself in scoring position for an insurance run. Really no shot. So runner at second, nobody out. Mackie needs to at least move him over to third if he makes the out. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounder to the second baseman. He gets the job done. Throws to first, but he did move the runner over, so that insurance run, that 5th run, is at third base with less than 2 outs now. So Tom Holland is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He got the average up to 371. He does not need a hit to score that 5th run. Let's see what happens. And that's a line drive, and it is in there for an RBI single. And the MCU now leads 5-0 here in the top of the 8th. 2 out, RBI single for Spider-Man, who you can argue is perhaps the MVP of the first half. And I'm sure Mark Ruffalo would have something to say about that, but would be a good conversation. Next up, one away here in the top of the 8th. Chris Evans RBI triple today. He's 1 for 3. Pulls it, foul, strike 1. So Tanner Roark is credited with that run number 5. Throw to first. He's back. Holland does have speed. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Fouls off the pitch. Count is 1-2 on Evans. Pitch was low. 5-0 lead for the MCU here in the 8th. Again fouls it off. Stay alive. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again throw to first. He's back. Outside, count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner leads off first, 1 away. MCU leads 5-0 here in the second game of a 3-game set. Outside, full count, 3-2. On deck is Mark Ruffalo, who leads the team in both homers and RBIs. Question is, with 1 out and the full count, will Holland be taking off at first base, or will he hold? Let's see. Grounder, Stargell over to second for 1, back to first. An inning-ending double play. 3-6-3 double play. Nice job of defense from the Phillies. But they do score a run at the 7.5. It's 5-0 Avengers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Michael Conforto struck out twice today. The average is dipped to 216. Hemsworth is out there for inning number 8. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Conforto. Broke his bat, shattered. Charging is Mackey, throws to first in time, 1 away. Nice play, avoiding that shattered bat. League leaders in complete games, Chris Hemsworth, 5. No, check that, 6. He's going for number 7. Gary Sanchez is up, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a miss out in front of the sinking fastball, strike 1. Deep drive, left center field, racing over is Drax, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Hemsworth is approaching that 100 pitch mark. How far beyond that he will go remains to be seen. 2 outs, bases empty. Eric Davis is 0 for 3. He's hitting 346 on the season, but he's 0 for 3 today. At the knees, outside corner, strike 1. Hemsworth is going for win number 14, but more importantly at the moment, that's a deep drive to center. Racing over is War Machine. Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. 8 shutout innings for Thor Odinson. It's a 5-0 lead for the Avengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
Pitching
please.
the top of the 9th, Paul Sewald, 1-2 with a 5.72 earned run average. And he will face Mark Ruffalo. Manager's office, bullpen. We're going to warm up Jeremy Renner just in case.
Number 84.
Mark Ruffalo leads off 0 for 3 today. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up. In foul territory down the first base line is Stargell, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. And he's 0 for 4 today. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. He's walked, he scored a run, but he is officially 0 for 2. And he pulls it. That's got a chance. It is off the top of the wall. He makes the turn at first. He's heading to second. Strong throw to second is not in time. It is a 1-out double for Iron Man. His 13th double of the season. He's in scoring position. Let's look at the replay. Wrapped it off that top of that scoreboard. Strong throw. Just got his hands in there. Next up, Black Panther. A 2-run home run in his last at-bat. And he lines it down the right field line, and it is in there. Rounding third and heading home is Iron Man. The throw to the plate is offline. It's an RBI single for Black Panther. Wakanda forever, baby. And it's a 6-0 lead for the MCU.
Now batting.
Here's the replay. Took the inside pitch and inside outed it over the first baseman's head and into right field. Next up, Drax the Destroyer. 0 for 3 today. Runner at first, 1 out. Fastball outside, ball 1. T'Challa leads off first. And he pulls it foul up the third base line. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder, too short. 6, 4, 3. Side retired. But they do get another run on the RBI single by Black Panther. Last licks for the Philadelphia Phillies. They need 6 runs to tie. It's a 6-0 lead as Thor Odinson goes for another complete game shutout. Ahmed Rosario leads off the bottom of the 9th. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Again, 6-0 Avengers here in the 9th. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Drive to left. Racing over is the Winter Soldier. Makes the catch, and there is 1 away. That's pitch number 100 from Chris Hemsworth. Next up is Ted Williams. He's 0 for 3 today. He has a homer in this series, 2 for 7. But no hits today. Misses inside with the 2-seamer. Ball 1. Swing and a miss over the top of the split finger fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grounder. No, check. Is it? He caught it on the line. There's 2 away. And the Philadelphia Phillies are down to their final out. Willie Stargell is 0 for 2. He did walk today, but he's 0 for 2. He represents the final out of the ball game. Here comes the pitch from Hemsworth. Misses inside, ball 1. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. Misses, 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? He has 499 home runs in his career. I'm sure he would love to get home run number 500 now, right here with 2 outs in the 9th. Ball 4, he walked him. So, ball 4, runners on, 2 outs in the 9th. Chris Bryant now represents the final out of the game. He's 0 for 3 today. 0 for 7 in the series. Inside with the 2-seam fastball, 1 ball, no strikes, and Chris Hemsworth seems to have lost the strike zone all of a sudden. No, not that time. Fouls it off. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider outside, 2-1. This might be the first inning where he struggled. And that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gone. And gone goes the shutout as it's a 2-run home run from Chris Bryant, home run number 16 on the season. And the Avengers now lead 6-2 here with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Say goodbye not only to the shutout, but also to the complete game as here's the replay. That ball's gone off the bat. So he walked Stargell with 2 outs and then gave up a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the 9th. So next up is Lestrella, bullpen. Jeremy Renner will come in and pitch with 2 outs in the ninth to get the final out. It's not. I don't think it's a save opportunity.
Your attention, please. Now pitching. Number 78.
Jeremy Renner, or Hawkeye, is 0-2. He does have 21 saves and 23 save opportunities. 4.57 earned run average. Comes the pitch. Fastball, triple digits on the radar gun. In there, strike one.
Nope, that's a ball.
Looked like a strike, called a ball. I guess it was high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's a drive to center, which is playable. This should do it. Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 6-2. So that's win number 14 for Chris Hemsworth. It wasn't a complete game shutout, but he's happy. He's now 14-3. The Avengers are now 59-39. Don't check that. 59-29 on the season, and still in first place. Game and a half lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we'll go to the scorecard. So, Hollywood Avengers, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Philadelphia Phillies, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Again, Chris Hemsworth gets the win. He's 14-3. Jack Morris is saddled with the loss. And Chris Hemsworth, even though he gave up that 2-run home run with 2 outs in the ninth, gets the Player of the Game hardware. This has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. I really appreciate it. The final here at Citizens Bank Ballpark. The Avengers win 6-2. Have a good night.
Remind you to please buckle up and drive home.